welcome back
Welcome back.
to the Mini Heater Show
The
Remastered.
Mini Heater Show Remastered.
We got a real setup now,
We did.
and it took us an hour to get it working right.
Yeah, I went through a whole sandwich.
And a whole Subway sandwich,
Subway
mind you,
sandwich.
not a little burger.
Yeah, it was a
Foot
foot
long.
It
And
wasn't $5 either.
today, we're not really sure what to talk about.
Yeah, we recorded like half an hour already, and we didn't know anything we were talking about.
Yeah, it was aimless. We screamed.
We did scream. I was quiet.
Yeah, and that was really...
That was it.
So now we're going to talk about 2018 movies coming up and our thoughts and speculation.
I think it's all gonna be shit. But I don't. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming out
Next week,
next week.
Pacific Rim 2.
Is that really next week?
Yeah!
Man, I'm not gonna go see it.
How dare you?
Oh. Obviously, the movie that I'm most hyped about this year is Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yes. Well, wait, should we do these in order though?
No.
Like, no, just random.
Yeah, let's just bring up a movie every once in a while.
Okay. Do we even need to look up the calendar then?
Oh, I'm already looking.
Okay, should I just shut mine down?
Go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Solo. More like no low. Destroyed.
Did I send you that thing? There was some posters that I saw that they made for Solo, and they were blatant ripoffs. Some kids other posters.
Yeah,
that they made.
It was for there were like CD compilations of like Return of Soul and Return of Jazz and Funk.
Yeah, and they're exactly the same.
Yeah, and they did that one banner, and it's like them all walking forward, and they just have solid primary colors behind them, and it's like, what?
It looks stupid.
People like Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok, just throw colors on it.
It definitely works in Star Wars.
They put the Windows Movie Maker effect where it's just like the party, like the colors constantly changing, and they just put that filter over the whole movie. Oh! And they just have music playing the whole time over the dialogue.
Man, that'd probably make the movie decent then.
Oh god,
it'd be something to watch instead of what it's going to be. It's just gonna be a mess.
On the topic of Star Wars, should we shit on The Last Jedi deleted scenes that came out?
Oh yeah. We need to.
Those are atrocious.
They're really bad.
Should we start with Phasma or the Southern Tom Hardy Stormtrooper?
Let's start with Phasma.
So, the scene in the movie, wasn't it like Phasma climbed out of like a fire pit?
Yeah, or didn't she fall?
Or yeah, she fell, and then you just see her like mask staring up at Finn, right? And then there was like fire blew her up,
and then
something.
I think she just fell and died.
Yeah, and there's like a deleted scene where she climbs out of the pit onto a platform, and her stormtroopers surround Finn, and then Finn's just like, when I put that gun to your head, you screamed like a whoop hog, and then you put down the Starkiller shields, and then all the stormtroopers start like looking at each other like they're gonna open fire. Then instead of like doing any choreography or anything clever, they just do 3 cuts of Phasma's gun turning in directions and shooting, and then it just shows everyone laying down.
It was awful. It looked so bad.
And then Finn powers up his like beating stick.
Yeah.
And just cuts her hand off.
But not even cuts her hand off. He just lobs her hand off.
Yeah, and it's like the shot just shows her arm pointing out, which I don't know if they needed to do more effects maybe.
Probably.
There were a lot of unfinished effects in the scene.
Yeah.
But just the way like they framed that shot was really awkward and weird. And then there was the scene with them in the elevator.
Yeah. And
Finn, this redneck stormtrooper, which those exist now.
Tom Hardy.
Supposedly. That's what the like word is, but I think it's like the Daniel Craig in Episode 7 thing. I don't think there's any official word on it, but you'll have to look it up. But he's like, FN 2187, I remember you. And then he's like, oh, don't do this. And he's like, it's a good job, you got promoted, buddy. And he pats him on the ass.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Why is this in Star Wars?
They needed a comedy scene.
They needed more comedy.
More comedy than The Last Jedi.
I also saw there's a bunch of memes coming out of all of these like exposed behind the scenes stuff, and some of the like Ryan Johnson behind the scene documentary stuff is like almost reminiscent of the Phantom Menace. Because he's in this room talking to the designers, and he's like, this is where we designed what's the girl with the weird stupid hair.
I don't know her name.
The trash girl, or
wait, the commander lady?
No, the Asian girl.
Oh,
the one everybody hates. I don't know. Whatever her name was. They're like, he's like, I wanted to come up with a character that was like someone I would hang out with in high school. Someone who doesn't seem like they should fit into Star Wars. And then he's talking to the designers, and he's like, so basically what's going to happen is it's going to start out and she's very ugly and she wears worker uniforms, but then she will become beautiful. And then they're like, okay. And like, so it's going to be someone like tall. And he's like, no, she needs to be really short and stocky. And they're like, oh, okay. And they're like, can we see a picture of the actress? We haven't hired her yet, but this is just what I want you to design aesthetically. And they're just like, okay. And then there's a clip of like her on set in the costume, and she's like doing one of the scenes, and like Ryan's like looking intently at her, like holding his chin, and the designer's just like looking down his nose, like, what?
Man, The Last Jedi didn't have any vision whatsoever. They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I want to watch that behind the scenes video, because like it could be pretty funny, because the Phantom Menace ones are hilarious. They had one, and like the artist had drawn up all of these storyboards, and George comes in and he's got a pink Sharpie highlighter and a yellow one, and he goes, whatever's pink is gonna be CG, whatever's yellow is gonna be practical. And he starts out really careful, and he's like highlighting them, and then as he goes along he just starts making giant like scratch marks over what he wants, and then one of them he does the whole thing the wrong color, and he's like, oh, that was the wrong color. And everyone in the room is just like trying not to lose their shit. And but yeah, the making of video of Last Jedi might be better than The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I mean it's not hard to beat The Last Jedi.
Yeah, definitely when Solo comes out, if I don't like it the first time, I'm going to listen to the YouTube critics. I'm going to pay to see it a second time.
Maybe third time.
And then if I kind of if I'm a little more lukewarm just because I've already seen it and I know what's bad, I'm going to see it a third time just to be absolutely sure I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because if you see a good movie, you can wait 4 months and know that you like it enough to buy the Blu-ray.
Exactly.
But if you see a franchise movie and instantly think, I don't like this, you should go see it several more times.
Give them your money.
Just to be absolutely sure.
Yeah.
Because the YouTube critics know the way.
They do. You're speaking the truth, Max.
Yeah.
Like, the great man, Chris Stuckman himself. I mean, I take his word for everything. If he says a movie's good, I'm going to watch it at least 6 times. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have a fun time with it, too.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be great.
Just a warning I want to put out there. He has a new anime book coming out.
Does he? Oh, yeah.
And he's getting a bunch. This one might be better because he said he's getting a bunch of like different. He like the video he's talking about it, and he says he's getting all these different YouTubers to talk about like how anime influenced them and their favorite anime. And he's not putting together the list. He's having everyone who's collaborating brings their favorite movies into the mix.
Okay.
But then he's also like, but I'm also getting people like doctors, teachers. Physicians, people who have nothing to do with anime or criticism are coming in to talk about the impact. It's just a little idea I had to show how important anime truly is.
Jesus.
And he did the same thing like 2 years ago, or like for months. This was when I actually used to earnestly watch his videos. For months he was teasing that he had this film buff's bucket list book coming out, and every day he was working he was working, or a backup mic kind of did something. But for months he was hyping up how hard he was working on this book, and I was like, oh, okay, and I bought it for $10.
Yeah.
And it was a paperback that was sort of neatly put together, but then you open it, and all of the illustrations are like two colored just silhouettes of characters. Like they for the Dark Knight page, it was just a blue background with like the basic shape of Batman, and you could only tell it was Batman because of his ears and stuff like that. And then the articles he actually wrote about each movie was just like surface level, like, yeah, this is a really good movie. I went to see this. I really liked it. No, it wasn't like a review. There was no analysis. His Dark Knight chapter that he wrote, it was literally just, yeah, I went to see The Dark Knight, but everyone's already said everything that needs to be said about that movie. I just remember going to see it, being blown away by Heath Ledger, waiting in line for hours, and then I went to my friend's apartment and we ate Taco Bell, and it was a great night. And that was like the whole chapter about that movie.
And you paid money for this.
Yeah. I should burn that with the Rogue or the Ready Player One when we do that.
Oh yeah, we have a big bonfire of all the shitty things that we've bought.
All
right, so we're talking about the deleted scenes of The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And that reminded me, because Tom Hardy is definitely one of the stormtroopers, the cowboy stormtrooper.
Oh wait, I didn't finish my point though.
Oh yeah, sorry.
If you're a fan of Stuckman, I don't know why you'd be listening to us because we're like completely different.
Yeah.
Wait, see if you can find his anime book in the bookstore and flip through it and see if it actually gives you your money's worth.
Yeah.
But if you're just blindly getting it off of Amazon, do not, for the love of God, do it.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Because that film buff's bucket list or whatever it's called was just awful. And all the movies were surface level too. Like it's like he had like X-Men 2.
Oh.
And like these were supposed to be the greatest 50 movies of the last 10 years. Really? And they were all like Inception, The Dark Knight, Mad Max Fury Road. It's like all stuff you've already seen.
Yeah. If
you like have any interest in movies. There were like 2 foreign movies maybe, but it was all like total surface level stuff you've already seen.
That's really dumb.
Yeah. Inglourious Bastards, like
just like the big movies that were out.
Yeah, that were good.
Yeah.
Like they're all good movies,
but there's no like I assume there's no like indie movies or anything like that.
Yeah, there weren't a lot. There were a couple that were like actual like gems that you fit in there, but the majority was like The Dark Knight, Inception, Mission Impossible.
Was Drive in it?
I think Drive was, and I think the picture for it was just like a wrench or a hammer or something like. No effort whatsoever.
Man, did he do the art for it?
No, they actually like hired someone to do it. So I imagine they're just like a high schooler in like Photoshop class.
I should have just done it. Got a couple bucks off.
Yeah, you should have reached out. Anyway,
yeah.
Back to what you were saying.
Back to Tom Hardy. Venom's coming out this year.
Yeah. I'll wait until they show what Venom's actually gonna look like.
Yeah.
To be hyped or not.
Because what if it just looks like a goofy CGI Venom again?
Yeah.
Like in Spider-Man 3. But with Tom Hardy's face underneath.
Yeah.
How much of the movie do you think he's gonna be in the Venom suit and you don't see his face?
I don't know, because that happens a lot to Tom Hardy.
Yeah, it does.
Because Bane, almost the entirety of Dunkirk is him. I want him. Okay, I'm going on. I got a big paycheck for this. Mad Max, like the first 20 minutes is him with like
the like weird cage thing.
Yeah.
In his face. Yeah.
What's the muzzle? He had like a muzzle on. But that was like the first hour, because like they, or something like that.
I haven't seen Mad Max before.
For shame.
Or what if his voice is just distorted again?
Spider-Man.
This goofy sounding Venom Bane. I'm like kind of excited for it.
I'll wait till we see some action stuff.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm curious. I'm definitely going to see it. But I don't know what I'll make of it yet.
Because it doesn't have anything to do with Spider-Man, correct?
It might. Because they said like IMDb put Tom Holland on the casting, but then they took it down or something, and then there's been pictures of him visiting the set, so I don't know.
What if he just plays some random character?
Yeah, it's not even Spider-Man.
He just kind of walks around.
It's Venom's boyfriend. He plays Carnage. Next week. Pacific Rim 2?
Pacific.
I'm going to see it. Absolutely.
I don't know.
War ready. War ready.
Like the first Pacific Rim, I completely understand the love of just giant like robots and monsters fighting each other. Like that itself is great, but like when I watched Pacific Rim, I didn't like it at all. Like even when it came to the big monster, like I can't remember anything that happened.
It definitely like it was a lot duller than giant robots and monsters should be.
Yeah.
But that's why this one, it just looks like it like copies Transformers, but like the designs are better. And it looks like it's gonna have less like people stuff. Like it looks like it's just gonna be all war ready.
Yeah, like,
war ready.
If it's just completely robots fighting and that like big monsters fighting, then I'll go see it.
They showed a part and there's like an enemy that also has a mech, and they're
like a person enemy.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
And they're like in Antarctica or something, and they like tackle each other, and it like breaks through the ice, and they're falling, and then both their swords come out, and they're like slashing each other as they're falling through the air. I'm like, this is gonna be a great movie.
I don't know, because like I think about that movie, and then I also think about Battleship, and I just
that is true.
They seem too similar for me to like Pacific Rim, and I hated Battleship so much.
But you see, Pacific Rim 2 has such prestigious talent as John Boyega,
Charlie Day,
I almost said Scott Pilgrim, Scott Eastwood.
Yeah.
I don't know who else is in the movie, but all-star cast.
Yeah, all-star cast. What's that one weird-looking guy who's friends with Charlie Day?
Oh, the other scientist?
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
He's like a famous actor, isn't he?
Maybe. I don't know.
I bet he played Smeagol or something.
It's all the signs of a great movie.
Yeah.
Then the week after that, Ready Player One.
Oh.
Take on me! Had to do it for the fans.
Oh yeah.
They've had 2 trailers, just like it just out of nowhere 80s music starts playing, and it doesn't have anything to do with what's going on in the trailer.
I don't know, Max, but that movie, I heard that they got a standing ovation at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Last Jedi probably got some standing ovations.
It definitely did. I mean,
Wonder Woman got standing ovations.
Yeah.
So it's really up in the air, but I don't know. Maybe Spielberg could do something. I don't know. Because one of the worst parts of the book was just the way the writer writes. Like a whole page would just be, I watched Full House for hours, and then I would go and I'd play all the Super Mario games till I knew every pixel. And it would just go on like that for pages.
I also heard a quote. It was it was a really stupid quote from Ready Player One in the movie. It's oh god.
Was it the one about him masturbating?
A fanboy knows a hater when he sees one.
Oh yeah, that's in the movie. I don't remember that's in the book. But yeah, there's also like a passage where he writes a whole paragraph about masturbating.
Oh.
He's like, Albert Einstein would have never figured out E equals MC squared if he didn't spank the salami.
Oh.
And I was like holding the book and I'm like, I don't want to read this anymore. I think that was like 5 years ago. So I read through the whole thing, and at the end I was like, okay. And they're saying he's gonna write a sequel.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does. It like has kind of an open ending.
Oh, okay.
So what if this starts another franchise?
Oh god.
Cinematic universe.
The cinematic universe of every pop culture reference.
Just they never stop until every stone is turned.
Yeah, what if they get to a point where they start running out of old things to reference, and they just start referencing like
just whatever's going on now.
Whatever's going on now. When do you think we're gonna get our first like Guardians of the Galaxy reference?
There'll probably be someone playing as Star-Lord or something in the movie.
Wait, that's right, because there's gonna be like Overwatch characters and stuff.
Yeah, and they showed like Deadpool and Harley Quinn are at like a dance club, and I love the trailer where it's like all the Spartans from Halo are running, and there's like 10 kids playing as them, and then like the DeLorean swerves by, and the Iron Giant is shooting lasers at people. It's like, why?
Yeah. Oh, like the reviews, like the IGN review, they just said it was. They said it was so fun watching all these knowable characters Interact with each
And they also like they kept filling space with like that. There's an ongoing gag where it like cuts from what's going on to the game to like what the player's actually doing.
Yeah.
So like there's like, and there are many humorous moments in which real life is shown during suspenseful moments in the game. And they say that so many times in the review, but didn't they give it like a 7.5 or something too? So yeah.
This movie's gonna be something else.
I need to see it in the theater though, because I'm gonna watch it at some point for the sake of the memes, and it needs to be seen on the big screen.
Like I'm getting used to the idea of actually ending up to go see it.
Your fate is sealed.
But I don't want to go opening night.
Well, we could go to like the Thursday night show, and only the people who like pay attention to when movies come out know that's when it's out.
Yeah.
So that's what it seems like. The weekends are always crowded, but like we go to the opening night on like Thursday night, and there's like 20 people there.
Because no one knows it. Like even I didn't know until like a while ago. I only thought that they did that for certain movies.
Yeah, for like huge budget movies and stuff.
But it's nice though.
It is, because yeah, you got to deal with. You don't really have to deal with much actually, because the only one I remember the Star Wars movies. There's usually pretty big crowds, but most of the time it's pretty calm. But yeah, there was one part in the trailer where like they showed King Kong slam down, but then it cut to real life, and this little girl was like, "Ah!" And I was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
I feel like it'd be funny for the first couple times they do it, but
what if it just happens all the time? Because they also show those kids playing as the Spartans. They cut to them in real life, but they're like running down the street.
Yeah.
How do they keep from running into things?
Max, it's Ready Player One. You think they really thought about the world that much?
No, there is like a lot of lore to the world in the book. Like there's a part and he has to become like a work slave. Like they make drug addicts like go to these factories where they just like they sleep in a box and they just like do computer work or something all day.
Man, do you think they're gonna put that in the movie?
They showed like somebody getting thrown in a cell, and I was like, oh shit,
man.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Alright.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They also kept in like the trailer parks in the future are like towers made of trailers stacked on each other.
Oh yeah. In the trailer.
So
filmed in Columbus, Ohio.
At least it'll give us a ton of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's true. We just talked about the references.
Yeah, we just make fun of stuff, and then we reference other things.
Right. That'll be a good episode. I'm gonna see Ready Player One now.
Yeah. Yay. That's why Pacific Rim will also have plenty of memes.
Here, you can just go see Pacific Rim, and I'll sit here and listen.
Ask questions.
Yeah, ask questions.
Probably my most anticipated is there's this movie in like the festival circuit or whatever you call that, the festival rounds.
Yeah. And
it's Nicolas Cage in a forest killing demons with an axe, and it's like psychedelic themed, and there's no trailer yet, but it just sounds amazing.
What's it called?
Mandy. Yeah. But yeah, that just sounds great. And like the poster is like him holding an axe, and it's all like pink and blue and like warped looking and trippy. Nice. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Mission Impossible's coming up.
Yeah, that's probably aside from Infinity War, that's probably like my most anticipated like blockbuster.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Actually, I don't know. With Infinity War, I'm not really sure if I'm excited for that movie. Like all this, I think Marvel's just getting to me now.
Yeah, because you start to pick up all the memes and where they take shortcuts and. But it's the Russos. I have hope.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think Winter Soldier is like up there as one of my most favorite Marvel movies, and then they also did Civil War. So I like when it comes to like their Marvel movies, I think those are pretty good movies. It's just so much. it's also just so bizarre, like thinking that we've had like 10 years of like. What, 20 movies or whatever now? It'll be 19, I think.
19?
But by the end of 2018, we'll be almost to 25 Marvel movies.
25 movies, all connected. Like,
and then they're going to bring the X-Men in, probably.
Yeah. They're going to bring everything in.
New Marvel every month! Woo!
And then don't forget the Netflix shows.
I kind of just see it as like a TV show now.
Yeah, but it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
so weird.
It's weird to think about. I don't know, like one movie every 3 months isn't that obnoxious. I mean, that when you follow the hype train stuff and you follow YouTubers that hype them up, it's annoying. Because like there's always a new trailer out as soon as a movie's gone that needs to be hyped up, but I don't know, just the movies themselves, I still don't really mind them that much.
They're fun.
They're fun. People fall down.
Make fart jokes.
It's a good time.
There's like old music in it.
That's the thing, is they did show some jokes in the new Infinity War trailer.
Yeah.
But then they show stuff with like the giant battle in Wakanda, and like Cap has to stop Thanos' gauntlet with his bare hands, and I spilled my soy all over the desk and my jaw dropped.
Yeah. I mean, he makes a weird goofy face when he grabs Thanos'.
He's yelling. He's like, ah!
So it still looks goofy.
He looks like a majestic lion with his new hair and his beard.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. I wish he was my dad. But if the movie's good, I want to buy it. There's like a $100 light up gauntlet you can get on Amazon with posable fingers. I want to just wear it and have it sitting on the desk while we talk about it.
That should be our podcast staple. We just have it in the middle of our desk.
That's the only deck. That and the $300 Doomslayer replica figure.
Wait, what about the Electro head?
Oh yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 collector's
edition with
Electro head.
Electro head.
That'll be our whole setup. And then we get like the camera set up for like a live show, and it's just that sitting in the middle of us.
It would be iconic.
Aquaman's coming out.
Oh.
I'm not even gonna see that one.
No.
I've learned the hard way that DC movies aren't even worth the memes.
They aren't. It's really bad.
I didn't see Batman v Superman because I hated Man of Steel. Then Suicide Squad was coming out. The reviews were bad, but I was like, the trailers looked good enough for it that I still wanted to see it, and that like physically pained me by the time it was over.
That movie was god awful.
That was one of the first movies in like a really long time that I just wanted to leave.
It was difficult to watch.
Yeah. And then we saw Wonder Woman because they're like, this is it. It's the first good DC movie. And then they're just like, oh, kill me, please. Why?
Yeah, DC will never be able to catch up.
That was when I officially put my foot down. Yeah. Now, if Tom Cruise gets cast as Green Lantern, because that's the rumor that's going around, he's gonna like want his fingers in like the script and the production, because all of his movies, his name is like all over the credits with everything. I don't know about Mummy, because Mummy they said was pretty terrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think I watched the first 5 minutes of that and gave up.
So yeah, I don't know, but Tom Cruise could save DC. Maybe. A giant maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Let's go back to that.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I haven't watched 1 or 2 in a long time, but 3, 4, and 5 are all like really awesome movies.
Yeah. I always loved Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, that one is like the god tier one.
Yeah.
So.
And I saw the first and second one a long time ago. I remember liking the first one a lot.
I remember the second one was like atrocious. I kept falling asleep, and then I'd rewind what I missed, and it took me like 3 hours to watch it, and at the end like there was nothing gained from it. It was just awful.
Yeah. Is it supposed to be bad? Just in general?
Yeah, a lot of people hate it, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can't wait for 5. I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise is suicidal, because all that helicopter stuff is actually him piloting. And then he also like snaps his leg on a building and keeps running.
And it's in the final cut. That when he snaps, it's like, and it's in the trailer too.
Yeah, you can see it.
Oh man, it looks like if you look down like slow motion, you can see it just like bend the wrong way.
Every movie he finishes, he's just like, God damn it, why am I still alive? Cthulhu, take me now, or whoever the Scientologists worship.
No, they just worship themselves.
Probably, yeah.
Alright, what else go? The Incredibles 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
That might be what I'm most hyped about.
No biting, Daddy. Just him as a stay-at-home dad just sounds really funny. I don't really care about anything else.
Yeah,
All the clips with him yelling at Jack are hilarious.
Blockers.
That and Amy Schumer has a new movie coming out. Did you hear about that one?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that after Blockers.
Wait. Blockers has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I do not believe that for a second.
Wait, but it also has a 5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Well, IMDb is where a lot of people rush to like shit on stuff early. But I do not believe for a single second that movie is actually
it can't be
approved.
No.
Rotten Tomatoes, you lie.
Oh my
god. The trailer is like one of the most unfunny, just offensively bad things I have seen in a long time. That was like watching a DC movie.
Yeah, it's really, it just looks gross.
Yeah. We have to stop our daughter from having sex on prom night. I'm putting together a team.
And Burris is in it too. Why is he in it?
He was in Homecoming as the gym teacher.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's like cameoed in a lot of bad movies.
I hope he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
just to like shit on the movies.
They should have Tom Holland on the Eric Andre show.
Oh.
Although he probably knows who they are, so it'd ruin the effect.
Yeah. Another movie coming out? Fantastic Beasts.
Wait, but we gotta talk about Amy Schumer.
Sorry.
She has this movie coming out.
Yeah.
That it's like her. The poster is like her all dressed up, and she's like doing like the girly like one leg up, and she has like shopping bags in her hands, and it's called like Perfect or something, and it's about her being sad that she's fat and unlikable, and so she decides to get in shape, and she goes to a gym, and she's on the exercise cycle, and she falls down. And her hair gets like pulled up in somebody else's exercise bike, and she hits her head. And when she wakes up, she believes that she is the most beautiful woman in the world. And so the movie is about her going on a shopping spree and trying to get a boyfriend. That's it. There's no implied lesson that's going to be learned. There's no... it's just her being like, hey boys, I'm a 10 out of 10, and then all the guys just like squinting at her and being like, what?
Oh.
And there's, yeah.
Oh.
Like, it's not a movie about her actually bettering herself.
Yeah.
It's just a movie about her hitting her head, and it's being, I don't know if anyone's praising it, but imagine if people were just like, a great movie for self-image or something. It's like, you have to be delusional to love yourself then? Yeah, it looks absolutely awful.
Amy Schumer as well.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds really, really bad.
Yeah, I was like, I thought Blockers looked awful, and then I saw that, and I'm like, oh!
Alright, we're gonna review that.
No, please. I beg you. No. Have mercy.
When's it come out?
I don't know.
Probably summer.
At the end of the world. Imagine being in a theater and the world just ends while you're watching an Amy Schumer movie.
That would be a way.
It'd be merciful.
That would be merciful. But it'd be more entertaining.
But yeah, you're just watching everyone burn alive instead of that terrible movie.
Yeah. Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Young Dumbledore.
Young Gundam.
Young Gundam.
Gundam Door. Yeah, young Dumbledore looks pretty good. Seeing Hogwarts in the 20s would be kind of cool.
Yeah. But it's got that feeling of, ooh, remember that? Ooh,
yeah.
Nostalgia. Ooh.
My only thing is like Star Wars. It's like that every year.
Yeah.
But Fantastic Beasts, the worst we're gonna have to put up with is like once every 3 years if they pull nostalgia bait. But another thing is the old movies are full of like flashbacks and like they have to see each other's memories of the past, so it's not as annoying to me.
I don't know. As the trailer for Fantastic Beasts was edited and stuff, it felt like just like a generic new movie like that.
Yeah, the generic editing.
Yeah.
I like the first one.
But let's not forget this. Every time I think this, I laugh so hard. Because when we first watched Fantastic Beasts in the theater, and sorry, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
At the end, when the bad guy
Grindelwald. Grundleballs.
They reveal who he is, if it was Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Because they pulled off. Was he wearing a mask or something? Or
No, his like face magically like distorted.
Okay. So when they showed his face and it was Johnny Depp, I remember like leaning over and was like, "Is that Johnny Depp?" Because I had no idea that he was in it. And then it zooms into his face, and we hear from the back of the theater just some guy go, "God damn it!"
Yeah. Everybody was already like kind of snickering, and then he did that. We all just burst out laughing.
It was probably one of the best moments of my movie.
Yeah, they could have got someone way better to do that. Like, why Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
The early senile nature of J.K. Rowling just keeps getting worse.
It was really bad.
Did you also notice in the beginning of the trailer they have a logo now called Wizarding World? That made me worried.
Oh.
So
they're probably gonna have a cinematic universe.
If we have like 3 Harry Potter movies a year, I quit.
They probably could too. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore and there's like different schools and all that. Yeah, we don't need that. But I just hope they at least wait until the Fantastic Beasts series is done, because I think J.K. Rowling has like 5 scripts she's working on, so it's going to be like a whole
scripts?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole series.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that's a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to be able to wait that long to make more.
I was genuinely like, fear entered my heart when I went into the theater and we were going to see The Last Jedi, and I asked the guy we know who works there. I was like, "Oh, did you get to test it yet? Is it good?" And he's like, "No, I haven't yet, but you excited for Solo?" And he points to the wall across from us, and they already have a framed poster up of Solo. And I'm like, "What?" Because I forgot it comes out in... Oh, God, that comes out in a month and a half. Why? Are we going to suffer through that for a review, or are we just going to avoid it altogether?
I really don't want to see it, but I think we should. I gotta wait for Chris Stuckman's review first.
Oh, true. That could be the one where you see it alone, and then I interview you on it.
I don't want to go to Solo by myself.
You can see it with Alex or Christian.
They'll love it.
Yeah, because they'll go see it.
Yeah,
they'll want to see it, so...
I don't want to sit through that with Alex. I'm sorry, Alex and Christian, but...
You just keep trying to complain about it, and they're like, "This is great, how dare you."
Alex makes me go see it 3 times.
Although I will say, making fun of the multiple viewings, Alex did genuinely like The Last Jedi, and he saw it again because he liked it. So I don't see a problem with that. It's the people who listen to the critics, and the critics themselves who are like, the Disney, like, people emailing them are like, "Well, you need to get people to see this as many times as possible." Well, if you didn't like it the first time, go see it 3 more times to be sure. Give us more money.
I don't blame him. If Disney gave me money, I'd say go see The Last Jedi 5 times.
We just suddenly get an email. Shh. All of our subscribers leave.
Or just a Disney exec walks into our room. Just talking about Last
Yeah, just burst in. What other big budget movies we got on the line? Oh, The Rock. I'm excited for the... Jumanji? Okay, when we saw Jumanji, all I was hoping for was like some fun action and like some cheesy rock stuff, and it gave me exactly what I wanted. So if he brings that he's not like good 90s action, he's just like the generic 90s action movies that come on when there's like nothing else to show on TV.
And they're usually fun. Like,
if he
generally good time watching these movies.
So if he brings that to these upcoming movies, I want The Rock cinematic universe.
Yeah, like Rampage
looks great.
Yeah, like I said earlier, like I don't have a problem with like the big monsters fighting and stuff, but I'm excited for Rampage.
Yeah,
like I'm more excited for that than I am for Pacific Rim.
Because Pacific Rim has like, it's got the cheesy robot stuff, but the people stuff doesn't look like it'll live up to that.
Yeah.
But Rampage looks across the board just cheese.
It just looks amazing.
Like when the ape is giant and it like lumbers out into the town, and then the helicopter comes to shoot it, and he's like, "George, no!" And he holds up his hands, and that's like the dramatic ending of the trailer.
Yeah, it just looks stupid, and it doesn't take itself seriously at all, and I love it.
And they're in like the middle of a destroyed city block, and like George is like 40 feet tall, and The Rock's just holding like a grenade launcher, and he's like, "All right, buddy, let's do this." And it's like, what is he even gonna do?
And it's also in Chicago.
And yes, and the the giant wolf that bursts through, and then it folds out giant flying wings, and he's like, "Oh, the wolf flies now." And there's also a part in the first trailer where the guy who plays Negan from Walking Dead, and he was like comedian and Sam and Dean's dad and Supernatural. They're like loading George in like on a plane, and then he like breaks free, and like this piece of scrap metal flies at him, and he like ducks like 90 degrees backwards to dodge the thing, and it like hits somebody, and it's like, wait, what?
This movie's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That might be one of my most anticipated movies.
It's gonna be Litty. The critics are not listening, and the feminine fanboys won't stand a chance.
I really hope this movie makes a whole bunch of money.
Yeah,
just so The Rock
more Rock.
All these stupid movies.
The Rock's gonna be in a DC movie.
Is he?
Yeah, Shazam. He's gonna be Black Adam.
Alright, maybe I'll see Shazam now.
Just for The Rock.
Just for The Rock. I'll walk into the theater just when The Rock's on scene. Yeah. And I'll leave.
Then walk out.
And Skyscraper.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
I might need to see a little bit more.
Alright with it.
On Instagram, he's like, "I'm so excited for this little idea we came up with, this little underdog of a movie. I actually spent a week with a paraplegic just to make sure that I'd get the dynamics and the personality down of someone who's missing a leg." Or that's not paraplegic, it's amputee.
Amputee.
Yeah. But yeah, he spent like a whole week with like this Olympic runner who had no leg, just to like get into the psychology of the character.
He also keeps pushing that it's an original idea.
Yeah, even though it's just like what they said is like Die Hard.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Die Hard. I'm not a true. Yeah, I'm a charlatan.
Oh, all right.
I'm not a true film fan.
That's our next movie. We're gonna review Die Hard.
Well, we gotta do that for like Christmas.
No, we gotta review Die Hard and Skyscraper.
Oh, together, yeah, that'd be good.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, there's like
for that episode.
There's so many like iconic movies I haven't seen. Like I have a Blu-ray shelf that's got like 250 movies on it now, and I've got like little indies, and then there's like cult classic movies. But then it's like I hear something about Rocky, and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen it. I feel really bad.
Yeah, I'm catching up on that now. Like I hadn't seen any of the Godfathers or anything, and like the most famous movies of all time.
Yeah, me either. We have so many gaps in like
amazing movies.
We can talk about all the indie movies Ryan Gosling's been in, and like analyze them and know the other actors and what small movies they've been in. But then it's like, oh, what's The Godfather?
Yeah. I've seen Drive like 5 times, and The Godfather I just watched like a month ago.
Which Drive will be our next review.
Yeah.
When
we get the quality as optimal as
when we make sure this all works perfectly.
Yeah. And
we have like some downtime when there's nothing showing.
Because there isn't anything showing for a while.
Maybe.
Besides Pacific Rim.
There's I'm also excited for that movie with Jim from The Office and Emily Blunt.
Oh, the quiet one?
Yeah, they can't make any noise or else like this.
Yeah. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
I think it looks like it's well shot and good cast. And...
I don't like that guy though.
You don't like Jim?
Not really.
How dare you?
He has a weird aura to him.
Maybe you just have to watch The Office to understand.
I don't want to watch.
Christian was like, "Daddy, I'm growing that beard." We should bring Christian onto that review, just because of Jim.
Beard
yeah, we just talk about The Office. Yeah, Christian will be. Yeah, if this works, we can finally tell Christian to get his mic, and he can finally appear because he's literally been begging to get on the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, Christian, we're ready for you.
We are. Hop on in sometime.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I'm not excited for that one whatsoever. Again,
it's got the same director as the first one, so I
didn't like the first one.
I liked it.
I did not like the first one.
When I saw it in theaters, I was kind of like, but I rewatched it. I saw it a second time, but I watched it at home because I was gonna buy the Blu-ray anyway, and I liked it like a ton more than I did the first time. So what I'm telling you now is to go out and buy the Blu-ray. If you're not sure if you like it, buy the 4K Ultra Blu-ray just to make sure that extra quality.
I might actually own it. I think we have. But I haven't watched it since I saw it in the theater.
It's worth a rewatch because I think all the ant stuff and the shrinking stuff like actually like it sets it apart from the other Marvel movies because it's got some cool gimmicky stuff to it.
I just remember it being just like a mediocre superhero movie.
It's a fun shrinky movie.
Fun shrinky.
Like there's a part and he's getting chased by these bodyguards and they're shooting at him, and so he shrinks down and he runs through this little diorama of a city. And so it's all these paper mache cars and buildings getting shattered by bullets, and they're like the size of cannonballs, and I really like all that stuff. It's got a new strong independent female superhero.
I can't like separate that actress from Lost either.
Yeah.
I watch Lost all the time. I'm not separating.
Is there another Marvel movie we missed?
Probably.
There's that Into the Spider-Verse.
Deadpool 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Black Panther because that's already out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deadpool 2. I'm kind of worried because they're saying the test audience like hated it. And they're like, yeah, they're going into full reshoot mode and doing a bunch of work to it. But there's a bunch of like power struggle with the people in charge. So
that sucks.
Because that started before they even started it, the one director left because he wanted to go like big budget, and I think Ryan Reynolds and somebody else wanted to keep it small budget. So who knows? I thought the trailer looked really good.
Yeah, the trailer looked funny.
Yeah.
And I like Deadpool a lot. But like Deadpool, the first one, has gotten to a point where I don't want to watch it again because it just feels weird.
I just remember I really liked it because at the time I read a bunch of Deadpool comics because it was like accurate, but I thought like the story was really generic, and I was surprised how like safe they played just like the structure of the movie. And then like I come home and it's got like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes and like 100. It had like a really high audience score, but that didn't surprise me. But I just thought critically it wasn't really an amazing movie.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really. Besides like all their gags and stuff, it wasn't much different than anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't watched it again since I got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been a while, but
I don't think I have either. What else is coming out? Isle of Dog. Is that already?
Oh, I thought you said I love dogs. So I was like, okay, moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on.
No, I thought you said I love dogs, just like as a fact.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
I love dogs.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good.
Yeah. Did it already come out?
No, I think that comes out either next week or
March 23rd.
Yeah, that's this
week.
Friday.
Ooh.
Double feature, Pacific Rim and Isle of Dogs.
Here, I'll go see Isle of Dogs. You can go see Pacific Rim.
But I want to see Isle of Dogs. I want to see both.
Man, alright, I'm excited for that. I love Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah. Yeah, the animation looks really cool, and it's weird how it's like set in like communist China or something.
Japan.
Oh, then it's not communist. I thought wasn't it set in like a communist country or something?
I think
like,
it's a weird like
alternate Japan.
Japan.
They got like Ed Norton and
oh yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of good actors who are signed on.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, all the like kind of normal Wes Anderson people are in it.
Yeah. Is Bruce Willis in it too?
I don't know. Let's see it. Jeff Goldblum's in it.
What about Willem Dafoe?
He probably is in it. They just have like a weird claymation of a Willem Dafoe dog.
Hello.
Yoko Ono's in it.
Who?
Yoko Ono.
Who?
You don't know who Yoko Ono is?
No. Hell's that?
What the hell? She's John Lennon's wife.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I was just thinking of like current actresses, and I'm like, what? Who?
I don't see Willem Dafoe. So. You got Shafted. He's not in it.
Oh God! Right up the butt by you, Anderson. You slime.
I watched American Psycho the other day, and I forgot that he was in it.
Willem Dafoe's in it?
Yeah.
I need to rewatch that.
He's like the detective.
Okay.
And it completely caught me off guard.
One of my favorite Willem Dafoe performances is we watched this movie in school called Mississippi Burning.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you see it in class?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's like the Deep South, and they're investigating like KKK cross burnings and lynchings, and it's Willem Dafoe just playing this genuinely good man who's like a detective.
Oh, nice.
And he's only like 20 something in it, but he still looks like a weird old man. It was a pretty great movie too.
It's bizarre seeing him in like good roles. He just looks like a bad guy.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because of Spider-Man.
He looks evil.
He does. And he's in that Florida project too.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to see that.
He was in that What Happened to Monday movie. And he was the grandpa of 7 identical twin or identical whatever you'd call that at that point.
Yeah. Did you watch that?
Yeah, and he just played a nice old grandpa.
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
I don't want to see that.
No, I don't want to see that whatsoever.
Yeah, that. I don't even have that big of a problem with Jurassic World. Like I thought it was boring, but like it was just like a kids movie or like families going to see it. It was pretty inoffensive and had good CGI and creature stuff, but I just didn't care. And so you're making another one, and I'm like,
it looks stupid too.
I mean, the shot with like the volcano exploding and like the dinosaur chasing him looked kind of cool.
I wouldn't even say that.
Isn't there like a court scene or something?
And Jeff Goldblum is like going on.
Oh, I forgot Jeff Goldblum's back. But...
yeah, maybe we should go just to see Jeff.
Yeah, or watch the Jeff Goldblum edit when it comes out.
Yeah, we need it. Why don't we have like a good a movie with Jeff Goldblum as a lead?
He probably doesn't want it or something weird. He's probably like, I was the lead. I just would have too much camera in my face, and I don't like that.
But imagine how great that'd be.
It would be.
It would be.
Because like the '90s was like the last time he was like starring, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he like tried to out a rapist and they just like blacklisted him.
Maybe. But I don't know. Now he's in all the Marvel movies and stuff.
He was just in
Thor.
Well, that's the thing. The Me Too movement has like it's rearranging things. So there's probably people who someone just has the blacklist and they're bringing back all these actors.
So that means Jeff Goldblum's gonna be in us. So he's gonna have
the Grandmaster should just have his own. He should be in Guardians 3. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be great.
They just like pick him up or something.
Is there gonna be a Guardians 3?
Yeah, James Gunn put on his Instagram. He just started writing it the other day.
Oh.
So, or he's set to work, I guess, on like the final draft or actually scripting it. Because he always puts updates of like he takes a bunch of notes and stuff. Have you seen any of his like his posts about when he was working on Guardians 2?
I don't think so.
He was like leading up to the Blu-ray release. He was putting all the behind the scenes of the Baby Groot dance at the beginning. And so like it started and they actually recorded him doing all the dance moves, and then to make the graphic designers understand like what he wanted, like how he wanted the camera to move during the whole opening, he had like this piggy bank of Rocket Raccoon, and he's at a desk and there's someone holding an iPhone over it and it's just swooping around while he's making the piggy bank dance around.
James Gunn's great.
Yeah, it might just be. I really liked Guardians Volume 2. Like, people say that's like one of the worst Marvel movies, but I think that's like one of the best.
I wouldn't say it's the worst, but I wouldn't say it's great. I like the first one more.
I don't know. I like the characters enough, and just seeing like his updates on what he's working on just makes me enjoy it.
Yeah, I think James Gunn just has like a genuinely good fun time whenever he's fun time whenever he's making his movies.
Fun? Only Taika Waititi and Thor Ragnarok can have fun, mortal.
Is Taika Waititi gonna make more Marvel movies?
Probably, because they love. Hope not. Yeah, I don't know. I hope he's back as Korg though.
Okay, that's
he plays Korg. I hope he just writes the Korg. I hope he makes a Korg solo movie. Korg also needs to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is he gonna be in Infinity War?
They said he's gonna be in an upcoming movie.
Oh.
So it's gonna be either one of those.
He's gonna be in Venom.
Or he could be in the next Avengers, because I think there's another one coming out the year after the new one. Yeah, because they're doing like a back-to-back thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or something, but just imagine like the black suit. Hey man, this little poop just landed on the sidewalk. I'll poke it with a stick. Anybody got a stick? He sees Tom Hardy. Someone's coming. I have to hide.
Alright.
What if the black suit was just that stuff that Meek was pooping out in their cell?
So
Is that a protoplasm or eggs, or are you just pooping? I can't tell.
I will say I very much enjoyed Korg.
Yeah, all the Korg parts are great in Ragnarok.
The rest of the movie? Nope.
Yeah,
Careless.
not too good.
Ocean's 8.
Oh. I just recently watched Ocean's 11, and that's such a genuinely good, stylish, just great, entertaining movie. Well written. It's kind of, they do some cheats where, like, the way they pull off the heist is kind of like, wait, what? Because it's just like they have all these things at their disposal that they don't reveal till it like actually happens.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff like that, but overall it's a really good time. And so I watched that, and then I just watched the trailer for Ocean's 8, and I'm like, oh, why?
Yeah. Ocean's 8 just seems like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's just...
It makes me feel gross.
Which, Soderbergh, whatever his name is that directed the first one, he's like signed on as a producer, so maybe there's some hope for it.
Yes. I don't know though. I haven't really doubt it. It doesn't look very good. We got Mary Poppins.
Ugh. I don't care about that one either.
Yeah.
I am kind of curious about the Christopher Robin Pooh movie though. Just because it's Ewan McGregor.
Oh yeah.
And I like when he's talking to Pooh and he's like, I'm cracked. And he's like, you're not cracked, just a little wrinkle.
Did he Korg?
You're not cracked, man. You just got some wrinkles. But I was talking to Christian about it, and he said, because there hasn't been an official confirmation on if Ewan McGregor is playing Obi-Wan, but it's just kind of assumed because there's all these pictures of him doing like intensive training. Yeah. And Christian said, like, what if it was just for Christopher Robin? And so like when Pooh makes fun of his wrinkles, he just rips off his shirt and flexes or something stupid.
And what if Christopher Robin's just an action movie? He just completely throws everything.
Oh bother! They've got an RPG.
I'm not very excited for this year of movies overall.
There's a lot of stuff I'm curious about.
Yeah, there's like...
Well, the thing is, they don't reveal any of like the awesome movies till like summer when they start putting out trailers for like Oscar bait season stuff. Because like I didn't know about half the like I, Tonya I didn't know about till like midsummer.
Yeah.
Kind of like Shape of Water looked promising when they had this trailer for it, but I didn't know about that till like just a couple months before it came out. So like a lot of the really great movies we just don't even know about yet.
Wait a little bit.
Just know about Jurassic World and Marvel and Aquaman. Yay!
Yeah.
I don't know. People say like movies as a whole are going to shit, but it's really just like the main, like your theaters are going to shit.
Yeah.
But like, not to rip off Red Letter Media, but they are right. Where like there's still a lot of great movies, but they just go straight to Amazon or
straight to Netflix.
Yeah. Or
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Isn't there?
Or just or they just come on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Isn't there something good going on Netflix now?
Oh, there's that Irishman, but that's not till like 2019, right?
Oh.
So I think they have to remaster Robert De Niro.
Yeah, they got a lot to do.
Got a lot of work there.
I'm excited about that though. That's gonna be great. Hopefully.
I mean, it's Martin Scorsese. Does he have any like bad movies?
I think there's one, but I don't know.
I'm sure he's got a couple, but I'd say it's probably a pretty safe bet.
And I mean, great cast too. It's just gonna be like a good gangster movie.
Hopefully.
Yeah. There's a Predator movie?
Oh yeah, the Shane Black Predator. With
What? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, we talked about it. It's gonna be like a crazy over the top action movie, and like one of the leaked rumors of the plot was it's like a bunch of mental patients that they set loose on the predators.
This sounds great.
I told you, we talked about it before.
Did?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Alright,
it's like
I'm excited.
The rumor, the like thing I heard was it was like the story's based around like a bunch of soldiers with like PTSD and anxiety problems, and one of them keeps going on about like UFOs or something, and he like actually came in contact with a predator, but they think he's crazy. So then they like form their own outfit and like go after predators or something.
Man, and Shane Black.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the poster for it's cool. It's like a lightning strike coming down, and it forms the shape of the predator's mask.
Nice.
The cast isn't too great looking though. It's got like Olivia Munn and is it Daniel Key, the guy from Key and Peele?
Yeah.
He's one of the people. He's
generic.
funny, but I don't know how he'd do as like a soldier.
Yeah.
And there's a little kid in it because it's a Shane Black movie.
Hopefully it's like the kid in Nice Guys.
Yeah.
There's a new Maze Runner movie. Have you seen any of those?
That already came out.
I did.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of those.
Either,
All the like young adult. I watch comic book movies based on comics made for children in the 60s, but I will not watch young adult fiction movies. At least the like Hunger Games ripoff, like the kids have to overthrow evil Drumpf government.
What is Alita Battle Angel?
Ooh, that's a new I think that's James Cameron actually.
Is it really?
But it looks terrible. It's like,
oh, it looks weird.
Yeah, they use these effects to make this girl look like she's like a real life anime girl. Like her like face, her eyes are really far apart and huge, but it's like made to look real. And there's like weird cyborgs. That looks awful.
Christopher Waltz is in it.
Not surprised.
Alright, whatever.
Yeah, it's like a weird like cyberpunk thing.
That looks weird. They've already announced it. It comes out December 21st.
Oh. There's also that Mortal Engine.
Oh.
What?
First Man with Ryan Gosling.
Oh shit!
About Neil Armstrong. This movie's gonna be the best movie ever.
I only care because it's Ryan Gosling, the father of the podcast.
Look, I used to. Neil Armstrong was like my hero growing up, and Ryan Gosling is my hero now.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be incredible.
It starts the same for everyone. Originally, you just know that Ryan Gosling's in The Notebook, and he's a meme for girls on Facebook. But then you watch one good movie with him, and then you see he's in all these other great movies, and then he just becomes your idol.
Yep, he is my idol.
Our goal of this show will be to have him on one day.
Please, Ryan.
Yeah.
Come on the show. Oh, and it's directed by the guy that made La La Land and Whiplash.
Oh, that'll be great then.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. I love the thought of Ryan Gosling and like the little bubble helmet just bouncing around on the moon.
Making an autistic face.
Man, I'm so excited for that movie. Alright, I lied. This year is gonna be great for movies just because of First Man.
There's also that Mortal Engines thing where it's like what Britain is like a giant truck.
Yeah. I will say I'm really excited for that.
I'll see it if it looks pretty good, but I'm just like, why?
Again, that just looks like a weird, stupid, big.
And it's like Peter Jackson too. It's like, what made him want to make this? Should have been Michael Bay.
There's just the one massive city robot thing with like there's like massive statues of naked girls on it.
Just giant Megan Fox robot.
What's that one movie coming out that looks stupid with the two girls? The one hates everything, one loves everything.
Oh, Thoroughbreds.
Yeah.
I think that comes out this month, but I don't know if it's going to show anywhere near us.
I don't know.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's like, I think that was Antoine Yelchin's that'll be his last performance.
Really?
Yeah. So he died like 2 years ago, but I don't know where I guess that movie's just been floating around.
Huh.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. It could go a little too far with like the weird quirky stuff.
Yeah,
but
like there's some like parts in the trailer where I was like, this looks weird.
It definitely looks weird, but it could be a good weird.
Alright, but I watched Titania again. Stop. I just watched it again. I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch our first episode.
Watch I, Tonya.
Watch it.
And if you don't like it, we're gonna come kill you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. If you don't like it, watch it again.
Watch it again.
Go find a theater. It's still showing.
Buy the Blu-ray. Buy the digital as well. Buy both.
Yes. Oh, we end this. Oh, and let us know if our audio sounds okay, because we spent like an hour just trying to get it to work.
Yeah.
So we still have a lot of work to do, quality-wise.
Maybe we can figure out if the mixer can do anything.
Yeah. Might have some effects or something.
And then in a couple months, we'll be crisp and clean.
Hopefully. So yeah, bye.
Bye.